Hi all. Today, let's hear a beautiful story about a big lion, a giant bull, and a sneaky little jackal. Let's go. Once upon a time, a giant bull named Sanjeevaka lived in a green forest. He loved eating fresh grass. Whenever he was happy, he made a super loud sound. The king of this forest was a big, proud lion named Pingalaka. The lion was brave, but he had never heard a bull before. One day, he heard that loud sound of the bull and got so scared. He ran into his dark cave and hid behind a rock. He thought a scary monster had come to his jungle. In the same forest, there lived a sneaky little jackal. He saw that the king lion was hiding. The jackal wanted to look smart, so he said, "Do not worry, my king. I will go find this monster." The jackal walked into the forest and found the bull. But the bull was not a monster. He was a nice, gentle animal. The jackal brought the bull to meet the lion. When the lion saw the bull, his fear went away. They talked, laughed, and became best friends. They played together every single day. But this made the sneaky jackal very angry and jealous. The lion did not play with him anymore. So the jackal made a bad plan to break their friendship. He went to the lion secretly and whispered, "Watch out, your friend the bull is bad. He wants to push you with his sharp horns and become the king of the jungle." Then the sneaky jackal ran to the bull and lied him too. He whispered, "Watch out, your friend the lion wants to eat you tomorrow." The next morning, the lion and the bull met. Because of the jackal's lies, they were both very scared of each other. The lion showed his sharp claws. The bull lowered his sharp horns. They both thought the lie was true. They started a big loud fight. Because the lion was stronger, the poor bull lost. When the fight was over, the lion realized his mistake. He sat down and cried because he lost his best friend. The sneaky jackal just laughed and walked away. The moral of the story: never believe bad stories about your friends. If someone tells you gossip about your best friend, do not get angry. Always talk to your friend first and ask them the truth. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more stories. Hi friends, welcome back. Today I have an amazing story about 4 super cool animal friends. Let's meet them right now. Cuckoo the crow. He flies high. Miku the mouse. She has super sharp teeth. Tutu the tortoise. He is slow, steady, and very wise. Speedy the deer. He runs super fast. Every day, these 4 best friends meet by a beautiful blue lake to eat fruit and play games together. One morning, Speedy the deer did not come to the lake. Where was he? The friends were worried. Cuckoo the crow flew high up into the clouds to look for him. Suddenly, he saw Speedy. Oh no! Speedy was trapped tightly inside a hunter's big net. Cuckoo flew back and cried, "Help! Speedy is caught!" Miku the mouse jumped up and said, "Do not worry, Cuckoo. Carry me on your back." So, Cuckoo picked up tiny Miku, flew through the trees, and landed right next to Speedy. The hunter was walking closer and closer. But brave little Miku went to work. Her sharp teeth cut right through the heavy ropes. Just as the hunter arrived, Speedy was free. Speedy zoomed away. Cuckoo flew into the trees, and Miku hid inside a tiny hole. But wait, friends, something went wrong. Slow little Tutu, the tortoise, had crawled all the way there to check on Speedy. But he was too slow to run away. The angry hunter grabbed Tutu and put him inside a big brown sack. Oh no, thought the friends. We must save Tutu. They quickly made a super smart trick. Speedy, the deer, ran ahead and lay down right on the walking path. He closed his eyes and pretended to be dead. Then Cuckoo, the crow, landed on Speedy's head, pretending to peck at him. The hunter walked up and saw the deer. Wow, a free big deer? The hunter said greedily. He dropped the sack with Tutu inside on the ground and ran towards Speedy. The moment the hunter turned his back, little Miku rushed out from the bushes. She chewed a big hole in the sack. Tutu quickly crawled out and slid safely into the lake. Cuckoo saw that Tutu was safe. He cawed loudly. That was the secret signal. Suddenly, the dead Speedy jumped up and zoomed away like a rocket. The hunter was left with absolutely nothing. No deer and an empty sack. The four friends met back at the lake, laughing and hugging. And what is the lesson, kids? Unity is strength. When we work together as friends, we can win against any problem. Thank you for watching. Hey all, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever wondered why crows only fly during the day and owls only come out at night? It is not just because they have different bedtimes. Long ago, they had a giant secret war. Today, I am telling you an amazing animal story called The War of Crows and Owls. It has kings, secret spies, and a huge trick. Let's get started. Once upon a time, all the birds in the forest wanted to choose a king. They saw the owl. He looked big, wise, and strong. So they said, "Yes, let's make the owl our king." They brought out a beautiful golden crown. But just as they were about to put it on his head, a loud crow flew in. Wait, look at him. He looks scary and mean. Plus, he sleeps all day. How can a king protect us if he is sleeping when the sun is out? The other birds said, "Hey, that is true." They got scared, took the crown, and flew away. The owl opened his big eyes. Everyone was gone. He looked at the crow and said, "From today, crows and owls are enemies forever." And that is how the war started. Many years passed. The owls lived in a dark cave. Every single night, when the crows were sleeping, the owls attacked them. The Crow King was very worried. He called his smartest friend, a clever old crow named Sam. Sam smiled and whispered, "King, do not worry. We cannot win with muscles. We must win with brains. Watch this." The next day, the crows pretended to fight Sam. They pulled his feathers and left him crying on the ground outside the owl's cave. The Owl King flew down and found him. Sam cried, "I told the crows that you should be the real king, so they beat me up. Please help me." The Owl King felt proud. He thought, "Wow, this crow knows I am the best." So he let Sam live right outside the cave. For weeks, Sam pretended to be a good helper. But every day, while the owls were sleeping deeply in the dark, Sam was busy. He picked up dry wooden sticks and leaves. He dropped them quietly at the door of the cave. One sunny morning, the pile of the wood was huge. Sam flew away fast to the Crow King. "Now is our time," Sam shouted. The whole army of crows flew to a nearby village. They picked up burning sticks from the campfire in their beaks and flew straight to the cave. They dropped the fire onto the dry wood. The wood caught fire, heavy smoke filled the cave. The owls were blind in the bright daylight and could not fly out. The clever crows won the war without a real fight. And that is why crows and owls still live separately today. What is the lesson of this story? Never trust an enemy who suddenly acts like a friend. Also remember, true strength comes from our brain, not just your muscles. If you love this story, hit the subscribe button and give me a like. Thank you. Hey all, welcome back to our channel. Today I am going to tell you the amazing story of a very clever monkey who saved his own life from a big danger using a brilliant secret trick. Once upon a time, a happy little monkey named Kippy lived on a giant jamun tree right next to a river. This tree grew the sweetest, juiciest purple fruits in the whole forest. One sunny day, a large crocodile named Croco swam up to the tree. He looked up at Kippy and said, "Dear monkey, I am so tired and hungry. Can you please help me?" Kippy was a very kind monkey. He smiled and threw down a handful of the delicious fruits. Croco loved them. From that day on, Croco visited Kippy every single day. They became the best of friends, sharing stories and eating fruits together. One evening, Croco took some fruits home to his greedy wife. She ate them and thought of an evil plan. She said, "Dear husband, if this monkey eats such a sweet fruit every day, his heart must be so sweet. I want to eat the monkey's heart." Croco was shocked, but his wife pretended to fall very sick and said only a monkey's heart could cure her. Poor Croco felt trapped. With a heavy heart, he swam back to trick his friend. The next day, Croco told Kippy, "My dear friend, my wife has invited you to our house for a grand dinner feast. Hop onto my back and I will carry you across the river." Kippy was so excited. He jumped onto Croco's back and they set off. But when they reached the deep middle of the river, Croco felt too guilty to lie. He confessed, "I am sorry, Kippy. There is no feast. My wife is sick and needs to eat your heart to live." Kippy's heart beat fast with fear, but he did not panic. Instead, he thought of a clever trick. He laughed and said, "Oh, silly Croco, why didn't you tell me sooner? We monkeys don't keep our hearts inside our bodies. I left my heart hanging safely on a high branch of my jamun tree. We must turn around and go back to get it." The foolish crocodile believed the lie. He turned around and swam back to the shore as fast as he could. The very second they touched the river bank, Kippy leaped off Croco's back and scrambled up to the highest branch of the tree. He looked down and laughed. "You foolish crocodile! No one can live without their heart. You betrayed my trust, and we are friends no more." Croco felt deeply ashamed and swam away with his head hung low. The moral of the story: never panic in times of danger. Always stay calm and use your quick wit to overcome any problem. Always remember that a true friend will never betray your trust. Thank you. Hey all, welcome back to our channel. Today I am going to tell you a story about a very big animal and a very small animal. Once upon a time, in a deep green jungle, there lived a lion named Leo. He was huge, he was loud. This lion was very greedy. Every day, he chased all the other animals and ate up all their food. Even when he was not hungry, the jungle animals were tired of being chased. They held a big meeting and decided to talk to him. They went to Leo's cave and said, "Dear King, please stop chasing us. From today, we will send exactly one animal to your cave to bring you your lunch. You won't have to look for food and we can live in peace." Leo thought, "Wow, lazy lunch delivered to my door? Sounds good. Fine, but if the animal is late, I will come and take everyone's food." Leo said. Days passed. One sunny day, it was the turn of a tiny, fluffy, white rabbit. The little rabbit did not want to give his lunch to the bossy lion. He sat under a tree and started thinking. How do I teach Leo a lesson? Suddenly, he looked at a deep old well filled with water. He looked at his own reflection. A brilliant idea came to his mind. But to make his plan work, he had to be late. So he walked very, very slowly. He took a little nap. By the time the rabbit reached the cave, the sun was setting. Leo's stomach was making noises loudly. He was furious when he saw the tiny rabbit and roared, You are so small, and why are you so late? I am going to take everyone's food tomorrow." The clever rabbit bowed politely and said, "Oh, mighty King Leo, it is not my fault. 5 rabbits were coming to bring you lunch, but on the way, another huge lion stopped us. He said he is the real king of this jungle. He took all the food. I barely escaped to tell you." Leo's eyes turned red with anger. "What? Another lion in my jungle? Take me to him right now. I will show him who is boss." The little rabbit led the angry lion to the deep old well. "He lives inside this well, King Leo," the rabbit whispered. Leo walked to the edge of the well and looked down. What do you think he saw in the water? He saw his own reflection. But the foolish lion thought it was the other enemy lion. Leo opened his mouth and roared fiercely. The well echoed back. Leo got so angry that he did not think twice. He jumped right into the well to scare the other lion. The well was very deep and Leo got stuck inside the water. He could not climb out and he was never able to boss the jungle around again. The little rabbit hopped all the way back to his friends. All the animals clapped. They were finally safe and happy, thanks to one tiny clever rabbit. What is the moral of the story? So, my dear friends, what do we learn from this story? Wisdom and intelligence are much more powerful than brute strength. You don't need to be big and strong to solve a problem. You just need to use your clever mind. Thank you. Hey kids, welcome back to our channel. Today I have a super funny and magical story for you. Have you ever seen a dog? Have you ever seen a fox? But have you ever seen a blue jackal? Well, today you will. Get ready because it starts with a big chase. Once upon a time, in a dark green forest, there lived a clever little jackal named Jackie. Jackie was always hungry and he loved to look for food. One day, he walked too close to noisy town. Suddenly, a pack of angry town dogs saw him. They started chasing him. Jackie ran as fast as he could. He ran left, he ran right. He needed a place to hide. He saw a washerman's house and jumped right through the window. He fell into a giant tub of blue dye. It was the blue ink used to color clothes. Jackie stayed very quiet under the blue water until the dogs ran away. After a few minutes, when Jackie climbed out of the tub, he looked in the mirror. Wow, he was completely blue from head to toe. He looked like a magical creature. He walked back into the forest. When the other animals saw him, they jumped back. Oh, what is it? Cried the monkeys. The deer ran away. Even the mighty lion and the big tiger were scared. They had never seen a blue animal before. Jackie realized they didn't know he was just a scared little jackal. So he decided to play a trick. He raised his voice and said, "Do not fear me. God has made me blue and sent me here to be your king. Everyone must obey me." The animals believed him. Every day, the lion brought him delicious food. The monkeys fanned him with big leaves. Jackie was living like a king. For many weeks, the blue jackal was very happy. But you cannot hide who you are for long. One beautiful evening, it was a full moon night. Jackie was sitting on his royal throne. Suddenly, from far away, a pack of ordinary jackals started howling. But, my dear friends, do you know one thing? When a jackal hears another jackal howl, they cannot stop themselves. It is their nature. Jackie forgot he was supposed to be a magic king. He forgot he was blue. He lifted his nose to the sky and started howling along. The lion stopped, the tiger stopped, the monkeys rubbed their eyes. He is not a magic king. He is just Jackie, the ordinary jackal. All the animals were so angry that he tricked them. They chased Jackie right out of the forest and he could never come back. So, what do we learn from this story? We learn that you should always be yourself. You cannot pretend to be someone else for long because the truth always comes out, and being yourself is the best thing you can be. If you loved this story, hit that like button, subscribe for more magical stories. See you next time. Hey all, welcome back to our channel. Today I have a wonderful story called The Elephant King and the Little Mice. Let's begin. Long ago, near an old temple, lived hundreds of little mice. Their leader was a wise mouse named Max. The mice lived happily together. They played, shared food, and helped one another every day. One summer, there was a very little rain. Rivers dried up, and many animals searched for water. Far away, a group of elephants was looking for a lake. Their kind leader was King Trunky. One day, King Trunky found a beautiful lake near the old temple. Every morning, the elephants walked to the lake for a drink, but they did not notice the tiny mice living nearby. As the giant elephants walked, they accidentally stepped on the mice's homes. Some mice were hurt and many became frightened. Max gathered all the mice and said, "Let's speak kindly to the Elephant King. Maybe he will help us." So Max and a few brave mice went to meet King Trunky. They bowed politely and said, "Dear King Trunky, we know you don't want to hurt us, but your group of elephants walks through our village every day. Could you please use another path to the lake?" King Trunky listened carefully. He smiled and said, "Thank you for telling me. I am sorry. From today, all of my elephants will take a different path." The little mice were overjoyed. They thanked King Trunky and said, "If you ever need our help, we will always be there." The elephants smiled. They wondered how tiny mice could ever help such huge animals. Many months later, some hunters came into the forest. They set large ropes and strong nets. Soon King Trunky and all the elephants were trapped. No matter how hard they pulled, they could not escape. King Trunky remembered bats and little mice. He sent a bird to ask for their help. As soon as Max heard the news, he gathered all the mice. They rushed through the forest. Working together, the tiny mice used their sharp teeth to chew through the thick ropes. Before long, every rope was cut. The elephants were free. King Trunky thanked Max and all the mice. He said, "Today I learned that true strength comes in many sizes. Even the smallest friend can make the biggest difference." From that day on, the elephants and the mice remain the best of friends. Moral of the story: never judge anyone by their size. Every friend is valuable, and even the smallest act of kindness can make a big difference. If you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and join us for more amazing stories. See you next time. Hey kids, welcome back to our channel. Today I will tell you a famous story called The Cave That Talked. Are you ready? Let's begin. Long ago, in a thick green forest, there lived a strong lion. Every day, the lion hunted for food. Sometimes he caught a deer, sometimes he caught a rabbit. But one day, he was very unlucky. From morning until evening, he searched the whole forest. He walked through the tall trees. He crossed a small stream. He looked behind the bushes and under the shady trees, but not a single animal came near him. The lion became very hungry and tired. As the sun slowly began to set, he wondered what to do. Just then, he noticed a large cave. The lion thought, "This cave must be someone's home. If I wait quietly inside, the animal that lives here will return. Then I can catch it easily." The lion quietly entered the cave. He sat in a dark corner without making any sound. He waited calmly. The cave belonged to a clever jackal. Every evening, after searching for food, the jackal returned to this cave to rest safely. As he came near his home, he looked carefully at the ground. The jackal always observed everything around him. That day, he noticed something unusual. There were large footprints going into the cave, but there were no footprints coming out. The jackal stopped. He did not rush inside. He thought carefully. If someone has gone into my cave but has not come out, a dangerous animal must be hiding inside. The clever jackal knew that acting without thinking could cost him his life. So he quickly made a smart plan. Standing a safe distance away, he called out loudly, "Dear cave, every evening you greet me when I return home. Why are you so quiet today?" Have you forgotten your old friend? If you do not answer me, I will believe you no longer want me to live here. I will find another cave instead. The hungry lion heard every word. He had never heard a cave speak before. He thought, oh, so this cave talks to the jackal every day. Today it is silent because I am inside. If I do not answer, the jackal will leave and I will lose my dinner. Without thinking, the foolish lion opened his mouth and let out a loud roar. The roar echoed through the forest. Birds flew from the trees. Small animals ran away in fear. The clever jackal smiled. Now I know for sure that someone is hiding inside my cave, he said. Without wasting a single moment, he turned around and ran as fast as he could. Soon he was far away and completely safe. The lion rushed out of the cave, hoping to catch the jackal, but it was too late. The clever jackal had escaped. The lion realized that he had been fooled by a much smaller animal. From that day on, everyone remembered that wisdom is more powerful than strength. Moral of the story: a wise person thinks carefully before acting. Wisdom is often stronger than physical strength. Thank you. Hey kids, welcome back to our channel. Today I will tell you a wonderful story called The Three Fish. Let's begin. Long ago, there was a beautiful pond surrounded by green trees and colorful flowers. The water was clean and many animals lived happily there. In this pond lived three fish. They were good friends, but each one thought differently. The first fish was very wise. It always planned ahead and acted quickly. The second fish was quick thinker. It believed it could solve problems whenever they came. The third fish was carefree. It never worried about anything and always said everything will be fine. One evening, two fishermen walked past the pond. They looked at the clear water and saw many fish swimming happily. One fisherman smiled and said, "This pond is full of fish. Let's come back tomorrow morning with our nets." The other fisherman agreed and the two men walked away. The three fish heard every word. The first fish became serious. "It is not safe to stay here," it said. "We should leave tonight and swim to another pond." Without waiting any longer, the wise fish found a small stream connected to the pond and swam away before it was too late. The second fish said, "I don't think we need to leave now. If danger comes tomorrow, I will think of a way to escape." The third fish laughed. "Why are you both so worried? Nothing will happen. We have lived here for a long time. Let's stay." The next morning, the fisherman returned with large fishing nets. They threw the nets into the pond. The fish began swimming in every direction. The second fish quickly made a clever plan. It floated on the water without moving, pretending to be dead. When the fishermen pulled up the net, they saw the fish. One fisherman picked it up and said, "This fish is already dead." He threw it back into the water. The clever fish quickly swam away to safety. But the third fish kept swimming around in fear. It did not know what to do. Soon it was caught in the net. No matter how hard it tried to escape, it could not get free. The fisherman took it away. Far away in another pond, The first fish lived safely because it had prepared early. The second fish survived because it stayed calm and used its intelligence. But the third fish lost its chance because it ignored the warning. Moral of the story: wise people prepare before danger arrives. Thinking ahead is always better than waiting until it is too late. Thank you. Hey kids, welcome back to our channel. Today's story is called The Tortoise and the Geese. Let's begin. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful pond surrounded by green trees and colorful flowers. A happy tortoise named Tom lived there. Tom had two best friends, Lily and Mia, the kind geese. Every day they talked, laughed, and played together. They loved watching the sunrise and swimming in the cool water. One summer, the weather became very hot. Day after day, the sun shone brightly. Slowly, the pond began to dry up. The water became lower and lower. Tom looked at the pond and felt worried. "What will I do?" he asked. Lily smiled and said, "Mia and I found a new lake. It has plenty of fresh water." Tom felt happy, but then he shied. "You can fly," he said, "but I can't. How can I come with you?" The two geese thought for a moment. Then Mia had a clever idea. "We will hold a strong stick between us," she said. "You must bite the middle of the stick with your mouth. We will fly and carry you to the new lake." Tom smiled with excitement. "What a wonderful idea! But remember one important thing," said Lily. "You must not open your mouth. No matter what you hear, stay quiet. If you let go of the stick, you will fall." Tom nodded. "I promise," he said. The next morning, Lily and Mia held the stick. Tom bit the middle tightly. Soon they flew high into the blue sky. People below looked up in the surprise. "Look!" shouted a little girl. "A flying tortoise?" Everyone stopped to watch. Some people clapped, some laughed. Tom heard them. At first he remembered his promise, but then he wanted to say, "I am not funny, I am clever." The moment he opened his mouth, he let go of the stick. Oh my God, he fell. Luckily, he landed on soft grass and was not badly hurt. Lily and Mia quickly flew down to him. Tom looked sad. "I'm sorry," he said. "I forgot my promise." Lily smiled kindly. Sometimes staying quiet is the smartest choice. Mia nodded. A wise friend knows when to speak and when to stay silent. Tom learned an important lesson that day. After a short rest, the three friends found another safe way to reach the beautiful new lake. They lived happily together, and Tom never forgot what he had learned. Moral of the story: think before you speak. Sometimes staying quiet is the wisest choice. Thank you for listening. See you in the next